Hello, everyone. Welcome to the latest Garage Lore video. I'm Jeff. Joining me is the immaculate Chicago gentleman himself, Tim. And Tim, I'm going to learn about Magic the Gathering today with your help and the power of Tabletop Simulator. Let's bring it on down. Tim, what does it mean to tap a land card? Let's start with the core questions first and foremost.
Uh, it means you strip the lands of its resources.
Oh no.
You're a farmer, Jeff.
But for context for folks who haven't previously watched any of our prior videos or streams, Tim's been trying to teach me this game. I grasp very little
Nothing.
of it. I grasp nothing.
Uh,
But
yeah,
maybe I'll get better. You know, we both have Tabletop Simulator. We both have these blocks on this table.
yeah. So this is we're gonna try out something called Jumpstart. Jumpstart was
Okay.
a set from 2020 where they basically sold packs of like pre-constructed decks. So each pack was a predefined deck, or half a deck actually. And the idea was you combine two packs into one deck, and when you get a pack, you didn't know what was going to be in it, so it was a predefined
Okay.
deck basically. So what we're doing is we're gonna use these dice to just determine, which we're gonna get two out of this whole selection.
Okay.
So we're just gonna use the dice to determine. I figured use the D12 to determine the. I guess this would be the row, and then a D4 for the column. So these are four columns. And
Okay.
then the red will be just which one in that row, I guess.
Okay. So hold on, let's see. I'll roll the D12, I guess. Blah. Wait, is it the R key to?
Yeah, you can just keep hitting it if you want,
Oh, right.
just
So
to get
that's
it
11.
to go in multiple times. Yeah, like that.
What was
So
that?
that's a one,
Okay, that's a 1.
3. Well, so 11 it would be second to last row, I think.
Okay, 11. And you're going to have to help me out here. I'm going to the first one on the 11th row.
Uh, okay, so actually the second, or yeah, if we want to count from the front of the screen, I guess, from where my cursor is, all the way down. So this will be it.
Okay.
Um,
And the first one. Wait,
one
I've lost
being
track.
this. So one being this whole selection.
Okay, yeah. So 1 being this section.
Yeah,
And the third one.
yeah. So well, since there's only two, we can either do just even odds or we could just re-roll the three or something like that.
I guess let's re-roll the 3.
Yeah. Wow, Jeff, you're not very good at this rolling part. Okay,
There we go. Finally. 1.
so I guess so. You get dogs.
2 dogs, 1.
Why did
Or
why are they why do they have numbers? That's weird. Or they should only have a number on the right side, but I guess there's a number on the left side as well. So dogs one. That's your first one.
wait, what should I do? Just click on it?
No. Well, I'll just make note of it.
Okay.
And then roll again. The whole like both of them.
Okay.
Or all three of them.
So 10, 4, 1. So elves 1, if I'm doing this correctly.
It was dogs one and elves one? Yeah, that looks about right. Yeah. Now I will roll. I'll do them all.
Okay. Do you click and drag
That's
to select them all?
yeah.
I see.
So we'll do 3, 5, and then 2. Did I count that right? Yeah. No, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. Okay. So reanimated 2. I have a separate table where we'll actually play. So
Okay.
3, 1, 3, and 3. Archaeology 3. Right. Okay. So this is just to determine what we're going to be playing. I have a separate table that I'll load up. And from here,
Oh,
once you're loaded in,
okay. I'm in.
let me get yours. Dogs 1. Elves 1. Okay. So now these are our decks. We're just you can just click and drag out. Yeah, just like that. So that should be each of these should be 20 cards in these. So you just pull both of them out.
Okay. This one looks like a single card.
Huh, weird.
Oh, now it looks proper. That
Wait a
was
minute.
weird.
That doesn't look right.
Uh-oh. Did I mess up already?
No, there was that last card wasn't supposed to be part of it. That's a separate thing. This we
Wasn't
just set
there a
aside.
button I can press to enlarge a card in my view?
Hold down Alt.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so what we're gonna do is just stack them together.
Okay.
So you just click and hold down until it picks up the whole thing. Yeah. And then flip it over and shuffle it up.
How does one go about flipping it over?
Um, F key.
All right. And how do I shuffle it?
It's the R button, R key. All right. So stack that over here. Yep, you got
All
the
right.
rotation part down. So now
Is
we're
there a shortcut to rotate other than because I was just right clicking and picking rotate?
it's Q and E, I believe. Yeah, Q and E.
Oh, okay.
I think mouse wheel does it. Yeah, mouse wheel does it too, but that's weird.
All right.
Um, so I think that's should be good. So we'll be using these counters right here.
Yes, I understand everything.
These are our life totals. So basic rules is if your life is 0, you lose. Simple as that. If you
Yu-Gi-Oh rules.
if you attempt to draw from your library for whatever reason because you're just required to, and you have no cards in your library, you lose. So really simple, like easy way to lose in this game. Easy, as in easy to understand. So we'll start off by drawing 7 cards. So you can
Okay.
right click and then draw.
One, two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right.
So since you have little to no experience, do you want to play
Uh-huh.
open hands?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
How does one go about play? Do I show you my cards? How does...
I think we can do is just pull it out. Like you can select around it
Okay.
and then just drag the whole thing. Yeah. We'll just do it that
Like
way.
that?
Yeah. Perfect.
How do I summon my blue eyes white dragon?
Um, you have to get it from Yu-Gi-Oh first. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll determine who goes first. I guess.
Okay. Is that a dice roll?
Yeah, we'll just roll 2 dice just for simplicity.
Ah,
Go
there's
highest
no
rolls
way
first,
I'll
I
get
guess.
less than that. Oh, wow.
Just barely. All right. So typically in a 1v1, you determine if you want to go first or go second. And the difference
Uh,
being if you go first, you don't get to draw on your first turn.
oh,
But
I
if you
think
go
I
second,
remember you explaining that to me.
yeah. But there's
Uh,
generally no reason not to go first in
so
most
I shall
cases.
go first then.
Yep. So you don't get to draw first, but
Okay.
looking at what you've got, looks like you're okay to start if you want. You can what you do
Now,
is
what are you seeing? Like, what would make me not okay to start? Because I go by like
sure,
my
sure.
knowledge of the Pokemon card game, where it's like if you don't have no Pokemon, you can't really start.
Yeah, yeah.
So, what are you seeing in my hand right now that lets you know that I'm good to go?
So in the Pokemon game, you use the energy cards, right? You
Yes.
could think of the lands as energy cards. If you don't have any lands in your opening hand, then you might as well just mulligan. In which
Okay.
case, you would just shuffle in. And you've got 2 lands, which is not a lot, but at the top right of each card, you can
Uh-huh.
see the total cost. So if you see a number in the white circle like that, that means
Uh-huh.
it's just any num. That's 4 in this case. That on stream, it's 4 of any color and then white.
Okay.
So that's
So
4.
five altogether
But
for
yes,
secure the scene.
so you've got 3 cards that each cost 2 total that you can
Okay.
play right now, at least. You're only allowed to play 1 land per turn. Um, and then we'll go into specifics of how a turn works.
Okay.
There is the list. There is a chart here
All
that's
right. This.
yeah. So you can hold down Alt, and it shows you literally everything you could do in a turn. In most cases, you're not gonna have to worry about all that because it's you just skip right past that part of the turn because it might not be relevant or something. But the
Okay.
big themes are the start of your turn where you're going to draw your cards. You're going to draw a card and untap your lands, or all of your cards actually. And then your main phase where you're going to be doing the bulk of what you're doing. So playing all your cards. And then combat, if you have any creatures to attack with, you can do that. And then you get a second main phase after that. And then you just end the turn where if you have more than 7 cards in your hand, you discard down to 7.
Okay.
So you're going first.
All right.
So the first thing you'll probably want to do is just play a land.
All right. Now, what I'm seeing, so gray means land of any color, but then I see some guys with like green land, which I'm going to assume is going to be relevant for the forest land card that I
Yep.
have. But I also see like a white. Is that a sun? So that would be relevant for the plains.
Yes. So
Okay.
plains make white, forests make green.
Okay. Um, before I choose any of my land cards, do, in your opinion, is it relevant that like I have a lot of white creatures, I guess? So I would play. Would it be strategically better for me to play the plains land card first?
Not necessarily, since you don't have anything you can play this first turn anyway. So
Okay.
and you can only play 1 land per turn. So you don't have anything you can actually play beyond just a land.
So I'm sure there's some strategy with what I currently have that, but for the sake of me learning, let me just play the forest and then
Sure.
we'll lean into the Wayfinder for being at the front lines of how this starts. So where do I put my land card?
Um, just anywhere in this area.
All right. There it is.
and you don't have anything in your hand that you can play right now, so you
Okay.
can pass your turn.
So I can't summon a creature or a
Nope,
thing?
you don't
Is
have
that
the
because
mana.
it's the first turn?
No, because you don't have the mana for it for any of those cards.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well
So
then.
yeah, that's the total cost that you need to pay in order to play the card at the top right.
Okay.
So I will go,
Uh-huh.
and since we're playing open hands, place it there. Um, I don't have a great opening hand, but it's playable. I guess I'll play this card. This is a land.
Okay. Let
It
me
says
see.
it enters the battlefield tapped,
Oh, okay.
and I'm just going to choose the color black because it gives me the option of tapping it for either blue mana or red mana, or I guess black mana is the color I chose. And that is my turn.
All right. So I draw this turn for me.
Yes,
Whoa, I didn't mean to take the whole thing. What? Draw.
I think you can right click on it and just do draw. I'm not sure if there's a.
Oh yeah. And I shall place it right here. Whoa. There we go. Now, I can either put another land card in play, right? But I can
Correct.
also tap a land card.
Correct.
Can I do both of those things in this turn?
Yes, you can tap a
Would
land
I
the
be
turn you play it.
okay? So I can play this. Stop me if I'm doing anything wrong here.
So
I'm gonna
far, so
put
good.
my right next to it, and then I can't tap the plains card,
You
but I
can.
can tap
You can tap
I
them.
can?
Yes.
Why didn't I should I have done that for the forest?
Uh, for the first turn, there was no reason to because tapping it is how you get the mana.
Okay.
So
So I might as
because you
well
only had,
tap both.
yeah, you'll need to
Okay.
tap both of them to get,
So technically during that first turn, I could have tapped my forest land
yeah, but
card, but there
that
was no
mana,
reason to.
yeah. So the also mana, it goes away after each basically phase of the turn. So if you look at um, this turn chart, the turn order thing, like the mana just goes away after each one. So
Okay,
there's
so
no
I can
point
tap
in.
both of them right now.
Yep. Yep.
And if I do that, I can have this guy at the forefront, the Wayfinder.
Yes.
Uh, do I place him there? Is that where he lives?
Sure.
All right. And can I attack or
So he
he
cannot
can't attack
attack.
when he's summoned, right?
Correct.
Okay.
But he does have an effect when you play when he enters the battlefield, which is what he's doing now.
Look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may reveal a creature or land card from among them and put it in the top of your hand. Okay, well,
Put
what's
it
the best way to do this in Tabletop Simulator? Just draw
put
4?
it on the top of your library. Yeah. So you'll just pull out the 4 cards. What is it? Yeah, 4 cards.
Uh-huh. Draw, 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 draw. Okay, so of these 4 cards, I can do what?
Um. Oh, it's optional. You get to choose a creature or a land card from among them. Um.
Okay, hold. Let me
Oh, you want to pull
put
them up?
these.
Yeah.
Or since
Sure.
we're playing open hand, you can guide me to what makes sense here.
Yeah.
So these are the
Okay.
4 at the top of my library.
Right. So this one you can't do anything with because it's a
Uh-huh.
sorcery. And then these 3 are lands. So you can choose whichever one you want. And
Let me
then,
put the forest at the top of my deck, right?
yep.
So how do I flip it over? F.
Um, F.
Uh-huh. And
And
then
then,
with these 3, we put them back in the bottom.
yep.
Is there a does
This should
Tabletop
stack.
Simulator?
Yeah, they should. Yeah, there you
Okay,
go.
there we go. No, give me the whole thing.
You have to click and hold down Yeah.
There we go. There we go. And so now this guy, okay, he's there. Did I take? Oh yeah, I moved it to the top of my deck.
Yeah.
Okay. And so he can't attack because he just got summoned, but I can
Correct.
end my turn there.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm going to use this button and see if it works. Hey, it worked. I don't have to manually do it. Okay.
What, the untap button?
Yeah. It just automatically rotates everything. I'm assuming everything on this player, on this playmat thing. I will play this island. What is this? Sure, I'll play this. I'll play this lightning core excavator. So this guy has an ability that I can use, but I don't have the mana for it. Costs
Okay.
5, and then I tap it, and then I sacrifice him, which means he goes to the graveyard. And then it deals 3 damage to any target. So that means a creature, a player, or a planeswalker. But I can't do that right now because anything that has summoning sickness cannot be tapped. So that's just creatures, basically. And the bottom right, we didn't really explain this, but on the bottom right of a card, of a creature, the
Okay.
left number is the power, and the right number is the toughness. And
So
that's,
attack and defense, is that the
yeah,
best way to interpret that? Okay.
yeah. So power is how much damage they deal, toughness is how much damage they can take before they die. And
And toughness
damage,
will defend damage from me as the player? Is that
so whenever a creature, what you do is when we're doing combat, you attack the player, and then the defending player chooses if they want to defend or not with
Oh,
their own
okay.
creatures. Otherwise, they'll just attack the player. Um, and so toughness is how much damage the creature can take before it dies, and
So
that is not across multiple turns. That's only in a single turn because damage
hypothetically, let's
is,
say you attack me right now. I
yes,
can either choose to take the hit, or if I'm passionate about using Wayfinder for any strategic reason, I can say, like I'll take the hit but keep Wayfinder alive, or like hypothetically let Wayfinder take that damage and let him die, and so I can save some HP for myself.
correct.
Okay.
And then damage on a creature will go away at the end of the turn. So however much damage he's taken is doesn't matter after that if he lives.
Okay.
And then that is all I can do. So go ahead.
All right. I shall draw. Uh, okay. And I'll put it there. That was the land card that we saw earlier. Put it there. Yeah, 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 yeah.
So the first thing you do is
Okay.
untap.
Untap.
Uh,
Can I use the button just like you did? Where's my untap button?
should be on the bottom left of your big
Oh,
play
there it
area.
is. There it is.
Eh,
Hey. Well, that being said, why would I not just tap him again? There's no. If I have land cards in my hand, there's no reason not to play them, right?
generally no. Yeah,
Okay, so
I
I'll
mean,
play
there
the
might be a
forest.
reason why you want to hold back for something, but generally there's no reason
Generally,
not
like,
to.
okay,
Yeah.
so I'll play that land card and I'll tap them all again. And now my Wayfinder can actually do something, right? Or can I
Yes,
summon another creature?
you can.
Does this work like Pokemon rules where there's a bench?
There is not. You can play as many creatures as you want. There's no
Oh,
limit.
so I can summon another one?
Yep.
If I summon another one, does that stop the Wayfinder from doing something?
Nope.
Uh, let's play the dogs, the doggies.
You do not have the mana for that.
Oh no, let's play pack leader.
Okay. So that is only
Now,
one colorless and one white. So
so he works, right? If,
yeah, but you tapped all three if you don't need to do that.
But that's not a detriment to me that I tapped
No,
all three, right?
no,
Okay. So you're just teaching me that I wouldn't,
yeah,
I
you
hypothetically,
don't need
okay.
to. Yeah,
So the pack leader can't do something right now, but my wayfinder can.
correct.
I will have the wayfinder attack.
Okay. Now, keep in mind, I have a creature
Uh-huh.
that can block that has more toughness than you have power. So, but he doesn't have any.
I'll do it anyway.
All right, for demonstration purposes, why not?
Is this going to be bad for me?
It's not going to be bad for anyone.
I'll do it anyway.
All right.
As a show to assert dominance.
I'll
So he's just
return the
gonna.
favor. So, what's going to happen is when you attack, you tap your creature.
Okay.
You basically declaring that this creature is attacking.
Okay. Wayfinder's attacking.
Piece. Okay, that was weird. Um, and now it's up to me to determine if I want to block, and I'll block.
Okay.
Blocking does not require you to tap or anything like that. So as long as your
Is
creature's untapped, you can block. So I'm going to
but
block.
if he was tapped, you wouldn't be able to block with him.
Correct.
Okay.
So I'm going to block.
Okay. What you just did there, moving the card up to the top of your playmat, is that part of the thing to block an
No,
attack, or
it's just
okay?
easier to stand out or whatever. Um. So then, now that I've determined the blockers, now it goes to damage. Now damage is calculated or whatever. And in this case,
Okay.
your guy deals 2 damage to my creature. He has 0 power, so he's going to do 0 damage to you, to your guy.
Okay.
But
If
my
he
guy
had
is
power, he would retaliate. Is that the idea?
correct. Yes.
Okay.
But he has 3 toughness, so he'll take the 2 damage and he'll live.
Okay.
Um, and that's really it. Nothing happened. No one's life was
Nothing
lost.
happened.
No creatures died. That
Nothing
was
of
it.
value was lost.
Exactly.
I guess that's the end of my turn.
All right.
Unless, all right.
So I'm going to untap. Then I'll draw. I'll play this swamp.
Uh-huh.
Then
Get out of my swamp, donkey.
okay. So I'm gonna tap my swamp and my
Okay.
island, and I'm gonna play this card Eliminate. I'm gonna
Destroy
target
target creature.
your pack leader.
Okay.
So it's destroying your creature.
Okay.
So then,
He
since
goes
your
to the
creature's
graveyard.
correct.
Just like that.
Yep.
All right.
And can't really do anything else.
How
But
do you ping on the board like that with the arrow?
it's the tab key. That's wherever
Oh,
your mouse
okay.
cursor is.
Hey, all right.
And because you did it, and since you have no blockers, I'm going to attack you with my 0/3. So it's going to
But
do
since you
0
have
damage.
0 attack, it does not.
Exactly. It's not a good strategy, but it's a fun strategy.
Is that
And then I'm going to end my turn.
all right? And so it's the start of my turn. I'll draw a card. It is a land card. Or should I have started by untapping?
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. What's a good way to place land cards as they start getting as they're start? What's the like
Um,
socially acceptable way to get land cards organized on a mat?
really however you want. Stack them if you want to. I mean, I wouldn't stack them directly on top of each other like your deck is, like not like that, but like overlapping a
Like,
little. Yeah,
hey, like, are we going like
however you
this?
want to do it.
Hey, now
Yeah.
we're talking. All right, so I shall tap all of them. Wait a minute. Was E, right? To rotate? Oh no! There we
Yeah.
go. And I'll summon a creature, I guess. I'm at 4 now. So now I can do release the dogs.
Yes.
Some may ask, who let the dogs out?
So this is a sorcery.
Okay.
What happens is you sorcery is like the most basic of cards in Magic the Gathering. It's basically you play the card has some effect, and then the card itself goes into the graveyard. So in this case, you create 4/1/1 white dog creature tokens. Tokens are essentially like a temporary creature. As long as it's like when it's in play, it's there for however long it's in play. But
What are we
once
going
it
to use to
goes anywhere
signify the
else,
tokens?
so we've got these stacks.
Oh boy.
Fortunately, you can right
Oh
click
boy.
and do search.
And what am I
And
searching for?
what are we looking for? Dog.
I found nothing when I searched for dog.
Hopefully, there's a dog in here. Ah, there it is.
Was it in a specific pile?
Yeah, it's in this pile, I think.
All right.
So you'll just want to search for
Search.
dog in there.
And I'm
You
gonna
should be able to
find
just
how many dogs did that card have?
4. So you'll just need to grab one, and then we'll make copies of it.
Okay. So there's my doggy.
Yep.
How do we duplicate it?
There's a way that you can do it without me having to do it. I think you just Control C, Control V. Yeah, that works.
Oh,
I wonder if there might be a permissions thing in Tabletop Simulator for this.
yeah, I tried Control V just now. It did nothing, but maybe
Okay,
I goofed. I don't know. So I got 4 doggies. Does this mean release the dogs goes to the graveyard?
correct.
Let's say I was building a deck for real and I had release the dogs as a card I wanted to use. Would I have to have 4 spare doggo token cards?
Nope. So tokens are just they printed off these cards as like just a physical reminder of the token. You can literally use whatever you want. You can use like scrap paper, you know, pennies
Marbles.
if you want, marbles. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
But they actually do print. They'll print off. They print actual token cards just for every set. So it's a lot easier to just have that on hand if you want.
And I will not attack so that I can my wayfinder can hypothetically block an attack. Well, why did I tap my land cards then? Oh, for the release the dogs. Okay, well
Yes.
then I'll end my turn then.
All right.
I like this dog card. It's got
Which
armor
one?
and everything. The
Oh,
token dog creature.
yeah. Is that a German Shepherd? Sort of.
I don't know.
What is Archaeo Mender? Okay. Well, that's not useful for me. I will play this land. Buried Ruin. So this is a land that taps for colorless mana, and then it has an ability that I can pay 2 of any color, tap it, sacrifice it, and then return an artifact from my graveyard to my hand. I don't have any, so that's irrelevant. But I have 4 mana now to work with. Um, we'll tap these 3. I'll play Thirst for Knowledge. That says to draw 3 cards, then discard 2 cards unless I discard an artifact. So I'll draw 3.
Okay.
There. And then I'll discard an artifact. So I'll discard this. Actually, I'll discard, because I don't have to do an artifact. I can do this and this. So I discarded 2 cards instead of 1.
Okay.
Then I will end my turn.
All right. So my turn starts with me untapping, and I'm gonna draw a card. Draw. What is this? Another land card. So yeah, I'll. What kind of land card is this? White? My.
It makes white, but it enters tapped, and you also choose a color other than white, so that you can have a tap for white or another color. Since your deck is only green and white, there's no reason to not do green in this case.
All right, white and green.
So
Is
that'll
that
come
something we
in.
just have to? Does it stay that way? Does it stay a double
Yeah,
land card?
yeah,
Okay.
but it enters tapped, so you can't use it right now.
Oh, okay. It enters tapped, so like this? Oh no.
Yeah.
Like that?
Yep.
Well, on that note, I shall tap the rest of my land cards. Oop. And I shall use my Elvish Arc Druid. Huh?
Okay.
And because he's an elf, other elf creatures you control get +1/+1. Huh?
So that's their
And
power
I
toughness.
can.
Yep.
Does that happen immediately? Because he can't attack now, but is he buffing the Wayfinder?
That's just a static effect, so it's always it always affects them.
What do you mean?
I mean, it's not a one-off thing. It's just constant, basically.
Okay. So hypothetically, as long as he's alive, right?
Yeah. As long as he's in
Okay.
play, it's in effect. Otherwise, if he's not in play, it has no effect.
It says also add green land energy for each elf you control.
Yeah, so that's an ability. That's an activated ability, but you cannot activate it because it requires you to tap it. That's what that little arrow
Okay.
symbol is. And you can't tap it the turn you played him because he has summoning sickness.
Okay, so he cannot do anything yet, but I have
Correct.
4 doggos and 1 wayfinder.
Yep.
Can I use all of them to attack?
Yep.
I attack, I guess.
All right.
So wait a minute. Let me see if I can figure out the damage I'm doing. All right.
Okay.
Can you tell me if I'm correct or not? 2 from the wayfinder, 4 from the 4 different doggos.
Mm-hmm.
Arc Druid can't do anything yet because he has summoning sickness. Is that 6 damage altogether? What's this? What did you say?
Close.
Oh, because I forgot about the buff.
Yeah.
So 7 altogether.
Correct.
All right, I attack for 7.
Okay. Well, I can only block with 1 creature. I'll block your elf.
Okay.
So you'll want to tap all the creatures that are attacking.
Okay. Blah.
Okay. Now we'll go to damage. Your 4 guys will hit me, so I'll take
Uh-huh.
4 damage.
The doggos did something. Hey.
And then this guy will die because you did 3 damage to it.
Uh-huh.
And then that's it for me from damage. So your guy took no
And
damage, and that's the end of combat.
okay, hey. I end my turn, I guess.
All right. Okay. I will play the swamp.
Okay.
Um, I'm gonna tap these four. Gonna play this guy. This is 0/5, but
Okay.
he gets plus X plus 0, where X is the greatest power among creatures in my graveyard. Right now, that is. This guy has an 8 power.
Oh no.
But when he enters the battlefield, I mill 4 cards, and this explains it right here what milling does. I put the top 4 cards in my library into my graveyard.
Oh, that happens when he gets summoned?
Yep.
Oh wow.
Well, that's the whole deck. Nope. So all 4 of these cards are going in. I'm just kind of separating them just so it's. So this goes into my graveyard. This goes in my graveyard. This does. And this does. This is already here. So this is the highest right now.
Okay.
Now I'm going to use my black to play Reanimate. This is a sorcery.
Okay.
I put target creature card from a graveyard onto the battlefield under my control. I lose life equal to its converted mana cost. I'm going to choose this guy.
How much? What's his converted mana cost then?
7. So that's the total cost at the top, right?
Oh, I see.
So 7. So I'm going to lose 7 life, but I'm going to put this guy into play.
Okay.
So now this guy, his power is the greatest power among creatures in my graveyard. I think it's 3. Yeah, it's 3. Yeah. So this guy has 3 power and 5 toughness. I'm gonna end my turn.
All right. Well, this puts me in a pickle because you've got a lot of defense now, right?
Yep.
What's the proper term? Is it? It's not defense. It's something else, right?
Walkers.
Okay. Shall untap everything. I shall draw a card. Okay. So I got a land card. So I'll go ahead and put that on there. Let me put this special one at the front line of the stack here so we remember that I have +1 white and green.
Well, it only
Uh,
taps for one color, for one of those 2 colors. So you choose what it
oh, okay.
taps
So
for. It's
okay.
either
So
white or green.
okay.
Yeah.
Do I have enough to summon Secure the Scene? Hold on. He needs 4 of any color and 1 white. Yeah, I think I have that. 4 of any color and 1 white. So I'll summon this guy,
It's
right?
a sorcery, right?
Wait, I needed to tap my land cards first. Hold on.
Yeah.
We'll do this proper. I'm learning. Tapping my land cards. All right. And now I have the requirements to summon this guy. He's going to have summoning sickness.
No, it's a sorcery.
Oh, so sorcery cards don't have summoning sickness?
No, it's just you play the card, it does some effect, and that's it.
All right. So this says exile target non-land permanent. Its controller gets 1/1 white soldier creature token. I understood every bit of that.
Did you?
100%.
So a non-land is a permanent is anything that is in play, like all of these. Well, this is a sorcery. This is not a permanent, but all of these creatures are permanents, lands are permanents,
Tokens are
artifacts.
permanent?
Yeah, tokens are permanents.
Okay.
Exile is like the equivalent of a graveyard, but like you essentially can't get it out of the graveyard. It's the shadow realm if you want to use that terminology or something. You're just banishing it.
The Shadow Realm. Okay.
Yeah. So
So any card in the exile can never ever come back,
yeah,
regardless of. Okay.
pretty much. So you can target any of your stuff or any of my stuff.
It's what does it mean by its controller?
So whatever you target gets exiled, and then
Uh-huh.
whoever owns that card, like whoever controls the card that is exiled, then gets a soldier token instead.
Okay. I choose your Gloom Sower,
Okay.
and I wait a minute. Oh yeah. I do that.
Okay. And then I get a
And
soldier, right?
White Soldier
Okay.
creature token.
Those are soldiers.
Man, the token stuff. I can imagine it gets hard to keep track of.
Yeah, it's if you like tokens are like really convenient for that purpose. So oftentimes people like you'll have one token card and then you'll put a die on it to indicate how many of them you have. It's like an easy way to do it as well.
Are tokens always going to be a 1/1?
No, it's
Okay.
very
Because I see the doggos are 1/1, and the soldier you just got is a 1/1.
yeah.
Oh
It can
man.
be kind of whatever.
So what happens to my secure the scene now?
So that goes to the graveyard.
Okay. It did its job.
Yep.
And on that note, am I still okay to attack?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just keep in mind I've got this guy who has 3 power and 5 toughness.
Okay. Oh, did I summon a creature?
You didn't.
Does me using that card count as me summoning something?
No, that is that. So summoning is you're just playing the card, and
Okay.
so you played that card already. You already used
So
5
can I
of your
do
mana.
pacifism now?
How much mana did you
Or
have? You had 6 mana. Um,
uh
you
oh, wait a minute. Yeah,
you know
because
what? You
he
can.
used the mana for his thing.
Yeah.
Huh?
You
Oh, can
technically can actually. So, you only have 6, but this guy has that ability.
Oh.
So that guy can make a mana for you.
So does it add okay. So does that mean I get 2 plus green mana for the 2
Yep.
elves I have in play?
Yep. So you
Okay.
will. So if you want to do that, you would tap this guy, and then he
Wait,
gives you 2 green.
if I tap him to do his thing, does that mean he can't attack?
Correct.
Oof. I kind of want him to attack. We'll save me summoning that thing then. We'll attack with everything I have in play right now. The 4 doggos and my 2 elves.
Are you sure?
What do you mean? Am I sure? You're making
I'm
me
saying
you're
no.
making me second guess myself.
Well, I'm saying I have got this guy who
You,
can. He'll just kill whatever he blocks. Essentially.
you're giving me like the John Cena. Are you sure about that?
Are you sure about that?
Let me see this guy's stats again.
It's 3 and 3 5. So 3 power, 5 toughness. He'll survive, but
Oh,
he'll kill what
it's
it'll
3
kill.
power because it's drawing from the graveyard.
Yep.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's attack. It's probably a dumb move, but I'm small brain and I'm learning.
I will say, if you did play this, you can play it on my guy, and he can't block. If you want to do that,
Oh, hold on.
or that, just flip all cards.
Oh, okay. Wait a minute. Yeah, you're right. So, yeah. So I wasn't reading. I'll use this guy to. I'll use his thing to get the extra mana, and that lets me do this.
So
An
this is an
enchanted
enchantment.
creature.
Yep. And
Okay.
it basically So this itself is a permanent, goes into
Okay.
play, and it attaches to something. So in this case, a creature. So you can
So I
attach it to any
enchant your
creature.
carrion grub.
Yep.
And now what happens to my pacifism card? Does it go to the graveyard? Does it stay in play? Oh,
Stays in
okay.
play. So it's like a,
You stole my card.
I mean, it's still technically yours, but it's attached to my
What
creature.
happens in like IRL play? Like, I just give you that card, like attach it to your guy.
Yeah, I mean, you just set it on top of the card or whatever, just so you indicate that it's attached to it or whatever.
Okay. I guess now,
So I can't
on
attack
that
or
note,
block with this guy.
now I'll attack with my Wayfinder and my 4 doggos, and it's going to be a +1 because of the Arc Druid. So this is 6 +1, 7. Are you okay, Tim? Is the roof
It's
falling on you?
no, no, I just suddenly got it like slightly darker in here. I thought a light bulb went out or something weird.
Uh, I'm doing the math right, right? 6 damage altogether. 4 for the dogs, 2 for the Wayfinder, and +1 for the buff.
Yeah,
Right? All
but
right.
I have the
I'll.
I have
Oh,
the soldier creatures that I can block with.
all right. Okay.
But I guess I'll block your. This game's hitching up on me for whatever reason. I'm gonna block your elf.
Okay.
He's
But he still
got.
does 2. All right.
No, I block it so no damage goes through from him. But my creature dies. Since it's a token, he doesn't. Like, he technically goes to the graveyard, but tokens don't stay in the graveyard. And so these 4 dogs hit me.
Go, doggies, go.
So that is that. Oh, you have no cards in hand either?
Is that bad? Have I goofed?
No. No, not at all.
Okay.
I think you're done with your turn then.
Yeah.
So can't really do anything.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to untap. Going to draw. I'll play an island.
Is that a land card?
Yes. Oh, okay. Gonna play it. Gonna use 4 of my lands to play Ancestral Statue. So this costs 4 mana. When it enters the battlefield, I return a non-land permanent I control. So I'm gonna return the Carrion Grub to my hand.
And what does that do to my enchantment? Does it
Goes to the
remove the
graveyard.
enchantment?
Goes to the
Oh,
graveyard now.
wow.
Yep. And actually I can play this. I'll play this guy.
Wait, hypothetically, if you could you have replayed your Carrion Grub after it lost its enchantment?
Yeah, if I had the mana for it, but I didn't.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna end my turn.
All right. I shall untap everything. I shall draw. What is this? A crushing canopy? Okay. And it's an instant. So I shall tap all my land cards. I shall use the crushing
Does this do-
canopy. You tell me. I remember you explaining how
I
instance
don't think
works,
this
but
works. I mean, there's nothing you could do with this, honestly.
oh, because you don't have any flying creatures?
I don't have any. There's no flying creatures and there's no enchantments in play, so you can't really play it.
I shall not play my crushing canopy then.
So you don't need to tap your lands for that.
Oh, but what if I want to attack, right?
You don't need to tap lands for attacking.
Oh.
Lands are only
Oh, for
just
summoning
for.
only?
Yeah, it's only for playing your cards, or if an effect requires the cost.
Hypothetically, does anything bad happen if like I tap my land cards, but there was no reason for me to tap my land cards?
There used to be an old rule, like back in the 90s, where if you didn't spend your mana, you would take damage for every mana you
Oh,
didn't spend, but that's been they got rid of that a while ago.
okay. Um, I attack with all my guys then. The 4 doggos and the 2 elves.
All
So hold
right.
on. Let me calculate the math, and you as the expert tell me if I'm doing this correctly. 4 for the dogs,
Huh?
and then here's so the Arc Druid is going to buff other elf creatures.
Yeah.
Does he himself buff himself?
No.
Okay, so let me do the math here. That's going to be 7, 9.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, at the most, or at the least, I'll take 4 damage because I can only block 2 creatures.
Okay.
So block your 2 elves.
Okay. But
Um, yeah, that's what I'll do.
do these guys die, or do they have enough blocking health?
Um,
The
this
statue
guy will
lives, right?
live. Yeah, this guy. This guy dies, but I think your guy
Oh.
also dies, right?
No.
Yeah, he dies.
Why, what numbers are we looking at to see if the Wayfinder dies? The number on the
It's
right, the 1,
yeah,
or
yeah, it's the one, but it gets the +1, but my guy deals 2 damage, so he's got 2 power.
okay. So my Wayfinder dies?
Yep. So does your arc
Okay.
druid.
They both die?
Yep.
No, the doggies are all that's left.
But then I take 4 damage.
Uh, should I was supposed to tap my doggies, right? There you
Yeah.
go. And that's the end of my turn.
Okay. What a cool. That'll help. What's the most I can do to survive? Because all it takes is one dog to hit me and I'm dead. Oh, this doesn't.
Bork, bork, bork.
I don't think I can do anything. I'll play this, I guess. Let's put 4 into my graveyard. What's this thing that I saw? Oh, that doesn't help at all. And then I'll play this. And then I return when this enters,
Uh-huh.
I return an artifact from my graveyard to my hand. I guess this Juggernaut.
From the X-Men?
Yep.
Or does Magneto come with him?
Yes. And just for funsies, I'll attack you with my statue. I'm not going to survive this anyway. But I'll at least go down swinging. At least hit you
I choose.
once.
Well, my doggies are all tapped, so I can't guard with them, right?
Correct.
Okay, so I'm taking 3 damage. Am I understanding that correctly?
Yep.
1, 2, 3.
And then I end my turn.
All right, everything goes untapped for me. I'll draw. Rambunctious Mutt. He's a dog. Oh, I mean, my 4 doggos. I mean, I could summon this guy. All right, like I can, but that's
Damn.
like
Yeah.
overkill at this point,
Just do it.
right? He can't. He's got summoning sickness. So,
But he has an effect on him.
oh, what's when it enters the battlefield, destroy target artifact. Oh, what artifact do you have in play?
Just this guy.
Artifact creature.
So,
Yeah, okay, I guess I'll destroy that.
yay. It's
I
a good thing I
mean,
attacked with it.
I
Doesn't matter.
know I know I have 4 doggos to close out this match. Like, for the sake of me learning, Tim,
Uh huh.
what are the situations where I could still lose this? Like, what egregiously bad thing could happen that would cause me to lose this match? Is there anything in the world of Magic where it's like, oh no, you've activated my trap card. I have a thing that
Not really.
counters 4 dogs exactly, or something like that.
Not really. I don't have any.
I-
I don't have any lands untapped, so I have no way of making mana right now. And I don't have any cards that would cost 0 mana that I can just play right now. So
So okay, I'll attack with the dogs.
yeah,
Bork, bork. And so, explain it, lay it out for me. So you're gonna block with 2.
yep. I'll block 2 of your dogs.
Uh-huh. And they won't necessarily kill these 2 creatures of yours because they have enough defense.
Yep,
But 2 dogs make it through to attack you.
yep. And the 2 dogs that blocked will die.
Oh, okay, right, because they only have okay. Oh man, 2 dogs died for the greater good. That breaks my heart, dude.
The greater good.
Oh man. It should have just been the elves. Okay, what happens now?
Well, I take the damage, so I go into negatives, and I'm dead.
Uh-huh. Does it work like D&D rules? Do you have to roll for bleeding out? What happens?
All right, let me do a death save
Yeah,
with
you
my
gotta do
two.
a death save.
Doesn't matter. Death saves don't exist in Magic. I'm dead.
Uh, so I get what happened. Like, is the match
No, you
over? You
just yeah,
gotta.
yeah.
Okay.
You won.
Yeah, I was like waiting for like some sort of formality or like.
So I mean, technically, you could say like Magic is a last man standing thing. So if you want it, you could play like multiplayer with like 4 or 5, however many people you want, and you
What's
just
the
have to knock.
maximum?
I mean, there's no max, but like
Okay.
keep in mind it's a turn-based game, so it's going to take a while to get to you if you the more people you
What's
had.
what's the most people you've played Magic with?
Probably like 8.
How long did that take?
Way too long.
That's
Several
like,
hours.
oh gosh. Did you
We were.
win?
I don't know who won, but it was. It
It's
didn't.
all a blur.
It's all a blur.
Well, on that note, we are at the 1 hour mark. Before we close up this stream, is there any final teachings you can bestow upon me? Like, is there anything we didn't get to cover in this match that you feel like Jeff should know this? I'll review the footage. I'll learn about the doggos and all that. But like, is there any like major gameplay mechanic that we didn't have? We didn't get a
We didn't
chance
really do
to.
it, but um, I don't know if
Because like
there's any
when I
way
look
to
at the
deal
turn
with it.
order sheet, it looks super intimidating. But when
It
we actually got
does.
into it, it's like
Well,
this isn't.
it's pretty, especially like a lot of things are pretty straightforward. Um, so I'll actually explain it here.
Uh
Might as
huh.
well. Let's say
Uh
in a
huh.
hypothetical situation,
Uh huh.
I'm still at 1 life. Okay.
Okay.
You decide to attack with your 4 dogs. I only have the two
Uh huh.
guys to block with. Okay. This is, and then I have the opportunity to play what is called an instant. Instants can be played at any point.
Okay.
So
It doesn't matter if it's your turn.
correct. Um, so I can do this. Let's say I play this. It says draw 3 cards. The idea being that like maybe I have something in my deck that I could play that'll help me
Salvage.
out. Yeah, to salvage
Okay.
the situation, but there's not in this case, so it doesn't matter. But it is it is like instants are basically you can just play it whenever you want. It's
Okay.
similar to it's like a sorcery, but you can play it whenever. Sorceries in that it's like you just play it and then it does its effect and then it goes in the graveyard.
This was interesting for me because I remember either it was a previous stream or a podcast episode where you were teaching me like health or life in this game should be treated as a resource rather than like,
Yeah.
don't worry about it if you're behind in life or whatever. So as you were down to like 5 or whatever, in my mind, I'm thinking to myself, like, this could still swing really
Yeah.
poorly, you know? Like I shouldn't
So
think of
I
myself as
did
quote
do it.
unquote
I
in the
did do a
lead.
thing. Yeah, the thing I did earlier on. Where'd it go? Is that far? Okay. So this is a good example of this. Reanimate is like probably is up there as far as like top tier quality card.
Okay.
So it just costs 1 mana to put a creature from your graveyard into play. So you saw how big of a like effect that is to put this guy into play. And
Yes.
it's a big creature, so like that could, if this was a better creature and you didn't get rid of it immediately, it would have been like a big effect for you to deal with, like
Right.
a big creature for you to have to fight through or whatever. But
Okay.
I mean, it's still at the cost of life, but it's still like, it's a big effect.
Okay.
So in that sense, like as you were saying, like you could think of life as a resource in this regard. But if I didn't have the life to do that, like if I it would this I would lose 7 life from doing this 2 card thing. If I didn't have the 7 life, I would not have been able to do that. Otherwise, I would just lost. So
Okay. I'm still not sure I understand everything, but like I think this is maybe the second or third time we've done something like this.
mhm.
It's parts of this is sinking in. Parts of this is
I don't know
sinking
what
in.
I just did. Oh, I just threw it in there.
I guess we can close it out here since we don't want this to be too long of a stream. On that note, thank you all for joining us on this stream of me trying to fumble my way through learning Magic, and I think I won. Tim had to help
Yeah,
me, but I won. And if you're watching this on YouTube, please be sure to hit like and subscribe. Check the description box for the links to all our socials. And let's use our special outro, Tim, to close out this stream. Do we have the special outro, or is that a podcast only thing?
I mean, do we want to do it? Yeah, we can do it. Why not?
Yeah, yeah. Bye, everyone.